Meet George Grumbles, a man in his mid-40s who had a knack for grumbling about life's little inconveniences. He was like the human embodiment of the phrase, "I have to do this." From mowing the lawn to attending endless work meetings, George had become a professional sire. One fateful day, as George was browsing the internet for obscure trivia, he stumbled upon an article about the average age of male deaths. His eyes widened as he realized that he had roughly 25 years left to live. His mind raced, and a peculiar sense of liberation washed over him. He decided it was high time to stop doing things he didn't want to do and start living life on his own terms. George grabbed a notebook and began making a list of all the things he'd always wanted to do, but had put off for years. At the top of his list was, learn to juggle flaming torches. He had always been fascinated by the skill but had never dared to try it. He ordered a set of juggling torches online and started practicing in his backyard. His first few attempts were more like juggling fire hazards. But George persisted. He ended up singeing his eyebrows, setting fire to his neighbor's rose bushes, and accidentally juggling his cat, who promptly ran away, likely forming a feline support group. But George's determination paid off. He became a master juggler, and even started performing at local events. People couldn't believe their eyes as George, the fire starter, Grumbles juggled flaming torches with precision and grace, although the occasional squeal of terror did slip out. Next on his list was, travel the world. George had always yearned to explore new horizons, so he booked a round-the-world ticket. His travels took him to places like the Amazon rainforest, where he found himself talking to trees and making friends with sloths. In Peru, George attempted to communicate with a llama using a translator app, but ended up in a heated argument with the unimpressed creature. In Japan, he participated in a sumo wrestling match but was mistaken for a wandering sumo wrestler, and chased by fans who wanted his autograph. George's adventures were a comedy of errors, but he reveled in the absurdity of it all. He also fulfilled his dream of becoming a stand-up comedian, performing at open mic nights where he shared hilarious tales of his misadventures. Audiences couldn't get enough of Grumbling George, the comedian who turned life's mishaps into uproarious stories. As he celebrated his 50th birthday surrounded by friends from around the world, George couldn't help but feel grateful for his newfound zest for life. He realized that life was too short to grumble about the little things and that it was meant to be lived with enthusiasm and a dash of comedy. With a twinkle in his eye and a passport full of stamps, George Grumbles was ready to take on the world, one flaming torch juggle and laughter-filled escapade at a time. And so, his journey became a testament to the power of resilience, humor, and the joy of living life to the fullest, even if it meant setting a few things on fire along the way.